good friend of mine, Andy Gardner, once sent me Faceless on 4K from Severin, and it took me a long time to get round to checking out this film, and I was kind of curious because it's Jess Franco. I've heard it's a kind of rip-off of Eyes Without a Face, and I was never enthused to check it out. As much as I heard people saying it's great, I heard a similar group of people going, oh no, this is awful. But jumping into this one, I was almost hooked immediately with the fantastic cast. Telly Savalas plays a small role. You've got Helmut Berger in the main kind of role. You've got Bridget LaHaye. Chris Mitchum appears as a private detective at a certain point. It's a great cast.
Well, I've got a surprise for you!
Now, the basic story here is all about a doctor whose wife is scarred by acid that was intended for him. She pushes him out the way and takes the brunt of it, and she is scarred because of this. And she's starting to lose her grip on sanity. And her husband, the doctor, decides that he needs to fix her. He needs to find some way to cure her, to make her better, and starts to abduct models, trying to get a face transplant going so that he can help his wife return to the person that she once was. And it's bloody and gory.
Scheiße. Scheiße. Scheiße.
It's got some horrific scenes of terror. There's a moment with an eye which was just so gory and just disgusting looking. I loved it. You've got these wonderful, reprehensible characters, the kind of characters that you hope get the comeuppance they deserve as they kind of move through this. And just when you think things can't get worse, Nazis. Because this is a kind of everything in the kitchen sink movie, being Jess Franco, but it's a rather restrained Franco film. In fact, it has a pretty straightforward narrative which is easy to follow, has some twists and turns, and feels very restrained for him, but also very accomplished.
Natalie! Asshole!
I thought Faceless was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed the kind of atmosphere we're flung into, the mad doctor, the crazed experiments. Chris Mitchum plays a private detective who's hired by a missing girl's father, played by Telly Savalas, in a small role, just there to get his name in the film, I think. And Chris Mitchum is trying to uncover information, track down what happened to this model, figure things out, and his story arc is really compelling as well. I found myself constantly interested in where this film was going.
What are you doing?
It's not Barbara Hallen.
Are you sure?
Positive. Barbara has a discreetly placed mole.
And the fact it was aping such a classic, I didn't care, because I feel that Franco really makes it his own. Helmut Berger is terrific as the mad doctor, Dr. Flamand, a crazed surgeon, and he just knows exactly what he's doing. With a quiet word, with a look, a menacing grin, he can really create that horrific moment in the film.
Look at how beautiful she's going to be.
The gore and the special effects I felt were really great. They're used sparingly, but when they land, they are pretty terrific. The idea of this whole story and the way it wraps up and finishes was very satisfying. I really enjoyed this one, and I'm really surprised, considering the word of mouth that I'd heard about this one, and then sitting down to watch it, how really kind of accomplished it was. 98 minutes, you get some nudity, you get some fun secondary characters, like a kind of helper within this asylum who seems to take pleasure in just beating and raping everyone, and the doctor and the head nurse just don't care unless they damage the face of the victim, in which case they get severely mad at that point.
She's been attacked. Gordon must have raped her.
Oh my god. The worst thing is that her skin is damaged.
There is so many quirky taboos going on in this one, and sexually repressed moments that are just eye-opening, I suppose. Faceless was incredibly fun. I had a whale of a time watching this one. If all the Franco films were as good as this, I would be binge watching them. I'd heard mundane things about this, but not for me. Super fun, gory, a little bit of nudity as you would expect from Jess Franco. Great story, some wonderful performances. I really like Chris Mitchum in this. I feel he's really solid. Some films I've seen him in, he's been less than that, but I liked his character, and was interested to see where he would end up, which is an interesting place as well, and just had a whale of a time. If you haven't seen Faceless, check it out. I thought it was great. I had an absolute blast with it. Can't recommend it highly enough. I would love to know your thoughts on Faceless. Did you love it like me? Did you hate it? Did you feel somewhere in the middle? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Let people have other opinions of this film. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.